Welcome back to Jenny's Way, where we uncover the keys to living with purpose, achieving success, and making a positive impact. Today, we are thrilled to be joined by Larry Long Jr., a dynamic speaker, entrepreneur, and sales leader. Larry shares the powerful lessons he learned from his childhood and his father's influence. Lessons rooted in gratitude, intentionality, and authenticity. As a CEO, Larry brings his wealth of experience in sales and marketing, offering practical tips for overcoming the fear of sales and cold calling, and handling objections confidently. Get ready to be inspired and fired up. Here's Larry Long Jr.
It's such a pleasure to have Larry Long Jr. at Jenny's Way. I can't wait for our exciting conversation. Oh my God, where do we start? Larry is an author, keynote speaker, podcaster, MC, sales coach. Oh, and list goes on and on. Oh yeah, consulting too. Well, Larry will tell you all about it. Can't wait.
Thank you so much, Jenny. I'm happy to be here on Jenny's Way. Thank you.
Yeah, Jenny's Way is the place to be, Larry.
Oh, super excited. Thank you so much for hosting me. Thank you for the kind invite. I am super excited about this conversation.
Larry, what keeps you going every morning when you wake up? What do you do? Tell people how to have your energy. What really attracted me, and I said, I have to have Larry on Jenny's Way. It's his energy. It's your enthusiasm. It's your willingness to share with people and empower and inspire them.
Oh, Jenny, I wish it was easy. For me, it is. Every day that I wake up, I'm thankful for waking up. I'm thankful when my 2 feet hit the ground that I have another day to serve. And I believe that my gift, I believe that my purpose for being here is to serve, to help others, to help them feel good, help them elevate. And that's what keeps me going each and every day. I'll share a quick story. 2015, December, I unfortunately lost my father. He passed away. And my father grew up in some rough circumstances, but he made the most of it. And he passed that along to myself and my sister, my mom, and our whole family. And my job is to make sure I continue to pass that along. No matter what you're going through, no matter where you've come from, the opportunity is knocking.
Knock, knock. Who's there?
Yes, opportunity is knocking at all of our doors to really make the most of our lifetime. We only get one. So I encourage folks, and I'm not even a Latin scholar, but I encourage folks, carpe diem, seize the day, or carpe noctem, seize the night. I'm a little bit too old to be seizing the night.
So Larry, how's your childhood shape up who you are today?
Ooh, it was everything. I grew up in VA, Veterans Administration, medical centers, VA hospitals across the U.S., Danville, Illinois, Grand Island, Nebraska, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Coatesville, Pennsylvania. I was born in Maryland, came back to Maryland for middle school. So we were moving all those places when I was just a youngster. And my theme song was Make New Friends, but Keep the Old. One is silver, while the other is gold. And I've got the gold mic here.
Of course you have a gold mic in there.
But essentially all those moves really challenged me and showed me that change is okay. Even though it might be difficult, it was tough leaving my friends. When you're 4 years old, 6 years old, 8 years old, it's tough leaving behind your friends. When I was about to go to middle school and having to move again, that was tough. But what I learned is you're tougher. No matter what tough situations we're presented with, we as human beings, mind, body, soul, and spirit are tougher. And we show that over and over and over again, that tough people are greater than tough times. So that's how my childhood really influenced me. I grew up playing sports. My father was a track star at University of Maryland. I ended up playing baseball at University of Maryland. My sister, who's 10 years younger, she followed in my dad's footsteps as a long jumper and triple jumper on the track. And we're in an Olympic year. I am licking my chops. I can't wait for Paris Olympics
Uh,
2024. Oh,
was your father always optimistic and always inspiring and empowering people? Is that where you got your energy?
yeah, he was a glass 100% full kind of guy. I know some people say, are you a glass half full or half empty? He saw the glass as fully full because he grew up in a neighborhood in Baltimore City surrounded by crime, violence, drugs, abuse. And he was part of an abusive family. His father, alcoholic, abusive. And he realized that through education, through surrounding yourself with good people, through having that internal belief in your heart, in your head, and through your actions, anything is possible.
Mm.
And that truly shaped who I am. My father had a huge influence and impact on me positively, as well as my mom. My mom is still living, and just blessed for her wisdom, for her love, for her care, and her example of hard work, love of faith, love of God, love of family. Just being able to see those role models day in and day out, I'm blessed beyond belief.
Yeah. For people that haven't had an opportunity to have a wonderful parents like you and travel and experience that resilience early on in life and change, what would you recommend? How would they develop those type of skills? Because it's more difficult when you don't have them growing up. So as an adult, it's kind of, it could be more challenging, but it still could be done. What would you recommend people to do?
Practice. And
Mm.
I would encourage people to purposefully, intentionally put themselves in situations that are outside of their comfort zone. I've heard that that's where the greatest growth happens is outside of your comfort zone. So I'll give you an example for my
Yeah.
career. And you won't believe this, Jenny. When I was in elementary, middle, and high school, I used to get sent to detention. I used to get in trouble for talking.
What?
For,
Who?
for, for
You? Not
talking.
you.
And I was able to leverage my gift of gab. I love to talk. I've been able to leverage getting in trouble to now it's a career. And sharing is caring. So I brought two microphones just for you, but I have the opportunity to speak, to serve, to help people and organizations each and every day, which it's uncomfortable. I get scared before I hop on the stage. And I know people say, oh, Larry, you don't get scared. I do. I get nervous. I have to.
Get scared, do it anyways. Is that what they say in business?
That's right. That's right. And that's how you grow. And I realized that for me, the nerves come because I care. I want to provide the best presentation, the best there is for those that are in attendance. And if I lean on my practice of practicing and thinking it through and practicing some more, it is going to be a-okay. Does that mean that I'm perfect? Not a chance. I mess up a lot. But does it mean that I have the opportunity to be authentic, to share my heart, to share the wisdom
Yeah.
that I have, experiences, lessons learned, as well as lessons earned? Yes, yes, and more yes.
Yeah, it's the same for me. I mean, I feel comfortable being in front of the camera. That's not how I started. And also, I have to do my homework. I prepare, I make notes, I set the agenda for an interview. Now, none of it is scripted now, people, because we don't know which way the conversation will go.
Right.
However, I still do my homework because I want to bring the best to people that listen to Genius Way. And I also want to shine the greatest skills and talents that my guests have. And also that will in turn will help hopefully who listen to learn. If they learn one thing out of this interview, I'm happy my job is done. And speaking on one thing, I really like from your book, you listeners, Larry wrote a book called Jolt. And I can't wait to talk about it a little bit. But a couple of things that I really like, the top 3 Jolt, and I make some notes. Schedule some SOS time, schedule one smile. I love it. I really, really love it. Be intentional about having fun every day and write your 4 things and 4 people you're grateful for. Can you talk a little bit more about smile and 2 other things? And why do you think those are the top three jolts? I agree with it. And I love it. And I think I actually, when I read it, I said, oh, I do that. And that's one of those top three things that keeps me going. And like, that's brilliant, Larry.
Oh, I appreciate it. Now, we learned during the pandemic that we want to keep our droplets to ourselves. And what I learned is you want to keep your smiles to the world because it's contagious. And with everything that's going on, you think about it, life is a 4-letter word. Life is always tough. Life is always going to present some challenges and opportunities for strikeouts. I played baseball at University of Maryland, go Terps. So being intentional, being thoughtful, and making sure that we schedule our smiles and we pass our smiles along is super, super important for us. It's that intentionality that a lot of times we're missing. We know that we need to control our attitude and have a positive outlook, but knowing isn't always doing. I'll give you an example. I met with my doctor who said, Larry, if you want to see your kids grow up and you want to be healthy, you need to cut down on fried chicken. I said, well, doc, do you know what time it is? He said, no, I don't know what time. I said, it's bow time. Those Bojangles chicken and biscuits. So I know I'm not supposed to eat fried foods, but Bojangles, my relationship with the chicken is something different. It requires my intentionality to say, you know what? I will go to Bojangles. I'll get grilled
Once
chicken
a week?
and no, not once a week, but I will mix in a salad with grilled chicken to make it for a healthier option. So that's my encouragement with folks, to make sure that you pass along your smiles, to make sure that you're intentionally putting yourself in positions that you might feel uncomfortable with, and that you control the narrative. We're all authors, whether we've written a book or not. We tell ourselves a story day in and day out. And we can either choose to make that story positive and uplifting, or womp womp, where we push ourselves down. I'm guilty as charged. My coach said, Larry, you're so uplifting with everyone else. You're so positive with everyone else. But when it comes to you, womp womp, you have such a negative attitude. Why is that? And I said, well, I expect the highest out of myself. I have high expectations.
Wow, I can so relate to that.
Yeah, and my coach said everyone does. Everyone has high expectations. And that doesn't mean that you need to beat yourself up and not give yourself grace. She said, you beat yourself up, you knock yourself out, and it's not serving you well. It is not doing you any good. So I've had to be intentional and thoughtful about how can I make sure I uplift myself versus beating myself up.
That's a great point. And you also don't know who need that smile that today or tomorrow or the next day.
That's right.
Just one smile can make somebody's day. And that's just the amazing power, and doesn't cost you anything.
It's free. It's free, and being kind is free, and we need more of that in this world.
How being grateful changing people's life, in your opinion?
The attitude of gratitude means the world, and it comes with intentionality. I mean, we all live life. We all go through challenges, and it's very easy to focus on the negative. That's some people's natural reaction is, woe is me. Oh my goodness. Why is this happening to me? I can't believe it. Whereas if you look for those things that you're grateful for, and oftentimes it's the little things that mean so much. It's the ability to go outside on a beautiful hot day and enjoy nature. The ability to walk through the woods, to see other people, to help other people. There's so much that we can all be grateful for. For me, it's my health, it's my family, my wife, my beautiful kids, my extended family, my colleagues, and those relationships. You get what you look for. And if you look for negative, you can find negative. You can get all the negative you want. Just turn on the news. I started my midday motivational minute back on April 22nd of 2020, because a lot of what we heard was just negative. And I said,
fear.
I said, what can I do to play my part to share a positive message. And I just had episode number 218. Every Wednesday at 12 o'clock noon Eastern, I provide a positive and uplifting, generally right around 10 minutes, just a word of encouragement for whatever's on my mind that I can share with others.
Right. That's awesome. That brings me to the next question. One of the themes of Janie's Way podcast is your uniqueness is your superpower. So that's how you brought your uniqueness to uplift the world. What else people can do? How would you recommend them infuse their uniqueness into what they're doing every day, their business, their personal life?
It's being authentically you. And we hear this word all the time, authenticity.
What does that mean to you?
It means Jenny. There's only one Jenny Schuyler that's out there. There's no one else that's just like you, that's had the same experiences, that has the same thought process, that's learned the same lessons. Therefore, you are unique. You're a snowflake. There's no other snowflakes that are out there. You're as unique as your fingerprint. Sometimes people mask that, and they put the mask on that I just had so that they can look and be like everyone else. And my encouragement there is, survey says, be you. There's no one, and there's really brilliance in each and every one of us. And that's the reason why I wrote the book Jolt. Get zapped into intentionality, rediscover, because it's inside of you, and believe in your inner greatness, not their inner greatness or their inner greatness, your inner greatness. So whoever is listening to this, whoever is watching this, I'm letting you know, if you can hear my voice, I'm letting you know you have greatness inside of you. You are great. Now let's step into it. Now let's act like we're great, because we are. But sometimes we act like we're feeble and we're not great, and FUD creeps in, fear, uncertainty, and doubt, and we let it control what we do, or oftentimes what we don't do. There's someone out there that's noodling right now on starting their business. On your mark, get set, go. There's someone out there that's noodling on having the tough discussion with their boss, asking for a raise. There's someone out there that's struggling with a key relationship. My encouragement is for you. And I'm not sponsored by Nike yet. My encouragement for you is to just do it. Go.
Just do it. To take it one step further, I would encourage people to close their eyes, breathe in, and say, let's go. I am grateful. And Larry and Jenny said, I am powerful and grateful. Let's rediscover our gratefulness and let's go.
That's right. That's right. I love it. I love it. That attitude.
I love visualization, and it doesn't take long. It may take just 30, 60 seconds, and bam, you jolt it, as you say, let's go. We can sit there and complain about everybody and judge everybody, including ourselves, but is that going to get us to where we want to be?
We have to take massive action. And being fearful, having fear, is a reaction.
It's fine.
Our bodies are meant to, I think they call it fight or flight. And we have the power to take that fear and say, you know what? I'm going to embrace it, and I'm not going to let it hold me back. Even though I'm fearful to step on stage, even though I'm fearful to be in front of 750 sales professionals that are looking at me saying, what is this guy talking about? What you talking about, Willis? I'm still going to be confident and fight through those voices and fight through that internal fear, because I know I have something of value for at least one person that's out there. If we solve for one person, impacting one person positively, we're going to make great impact. There's a quote that I love, and this is my daily quote. I look at myself in the mirror and I repeat this. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. says, life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing to help others? And the key word there is doing. At the end of each day, I ask myself, Larry, what did you do today to positively impact someone else? If I don't have an answer, that was a day wasted. That was not a good day. If I can answer that question, and oftentimes, thankfully, it's people. I was able to help multiple people. That's a fulfilled day. That's a fulfilled life when you're able to sow into and help and uplift others. So I encourage folks to feel free to take that. It's an awesome quote that I love. What are you doing to help others?
Yeah. What are you doing to help others? For those who listen to this podcast, just keep asking yourself every day. And that's just the bringing the awareness to that question will have you committed and focused to change the trajectory of your life. What they say, 2 millimeter change will take you to a whole different direction.
That's right.
And it's cumulative. It's like every little things every day. It doesn't have to be, it doesn't have, you don't have to go from 0 to 360 like Tesla. I'm just digressing. Although that could be fun temporarily, but is it sustainable?
That's right. And I love
For us human, is not sustainable. We need to have a step by step, keep going toward your goals and changing our little habits every single day and making sure. I know you were referring to having a discipline to be doing what we need to do and what we want to do every day, whether we feel like it or not. Sometimes I don't feel like going lifting weights, but I said it's good for me.
That's right. You're
So I
healthy.
do.
Well.
And then I turn the music on and I have fun while I'm doing it. Especially when I know that my body craves that and really need to have that. That's one of our fuels to be moving. We weren't designed to sit all day long and eat all day long. We were designed to do, build, create, create.
That's right. So true. So true. I co-authored a book and my chapter was called The Little Things Are Really the Big Things. And oftentimes folks are confused that they believe they have to do something grand. And really it's the small incremental steps that you talked about, the consistency, the discipline to do those things that you might not want to do, but doing them consistently that really separate the good and the average from the great and those that achieve and accomplish amazing, amazing feats.
I don't remember who said that. Do you want to live a life or do you want to live extraordinary life? Do you you want to live ordinary life? I think that's what it was. Or do you want to live extraordinary life? The choice is yours. So you guys, Larry and I, choosing to live extraordinary life. Do you want to join us?
Come on. There's room. There is room for
There's
everyone.
We want to welcome you to Extraordinary Club if you choose to. Right. Come on, join. The choice is yours. Do you have to do the work every day? Absolutely.
That's right.
But otherwise, what else is out there? You want to be your best for you, for people around you, for your family, for your community, for your spouse, kids, whatever the case might be. You want to be the best for your coworker, your employees, whatever the case for you. But if you're not your best version who you can be, then you can't serve others at your potential.
Right. That's right. So
Larry, people are scared of sales, and I know that you an expert in that area, especially cold calls. Can you give them some tips of how to overcome the fear of people hanging up on you? I know you have some great stories.
I started off my sales career with Lawns by Larry. When I was a teenager, my mom put together a flyer and told me to go knock on all of our neighbors' doors to offer them my lawn care. I'll mow your lawn. And we lived in little townhouses. I was so nervous. She said, what's the worst that they could say to you? And I said, no. She said, is that really that bad? I said, yes. I don't like to hear no. She said, boy, you better get out there and you better make that business. Go ahead and help and serve our neighbors who need your services. So that was really the start that I had in sales. Now, business sales, I started off my career making 150 cold calls to accounting firms. And yes, there was fear.
That's crazy. Wow.
It's a lot of calls and it's a lot of rejection. But what I learned very quickly, at first I had a script. So I was reading a script. Hello, this is Larry Long Jr. calling from Profit. Click. Hello, this is click. I had one gentleman I'll never forget. He said, Larry, I got something for you. I thought I was about to get a sign up. We had a little bell that we would ring. Little did I know he had something else up his sleeve. He said, Larry, I want you to put on a pair of concrete shoes and jump off a bridge. I said, oh my goodness. I looked in our manual. I said, I don't see how to overcome that objection. So I said, God bless you too. And then I hung up to help him out. But I can tell you, making that next call, I was so nervous. I was shaking. But what I learned is that when you have the spirit to help people, to serve people, it doesn't matter picking up the call, knocking on doors, having a conversation. And the key for me, when I look at sales, I look at it twofold. Number one, it's a transfer of energy. If you don't have energy, if you don't have internal belief that you have a solution, good luck, because people, they can smell BS from a mile away and it doesn't smell good. Number two, I think we're playing matchmaker. We're matching whatever we have. It could be a product, it could be a service, a thought, an idea. And we're matching that with someone else's needs, wants, desires, challenges, hopes, dreams, aspirations, pains, problems. Well, how do you get to understand what those are? Even though I have a bunch of microphones, you've got to ask
Listen.
questions and listen to learn, not listen to respond. Sometimes we listen just so we can go ahead and share how brilliant we think that we are. No, I want to listen to understand what's your situation.
Oh, we're not brilliant? Is that what you're saying? No, just kidding.
Speak for yourself. I'm still working on it, Jenny. But essentially, when we listen, we learn. And when we learn, we now have the opportunity to earn because we're helping folks to get to where they want to get to. Oftentimes, there's a gap of where people are today and where they want to be. And if we listen, they'll give us the path on how we can help them earn their business, and it's a win-win-win situation for all. So it's really about the perspective of sales. A lot of times folks look at sales and they're like, oh, it's naughty. Oh, I'm not in sales. I could never be in sales. That doesn't feel right. Whereas I think sales is one of the best professions because sales is service. Sales is helping, guiding, supporting others. For me, there's nothing that really beats having that opportunity.
That's great. So if you believe in your product, believe in your services, it's not going to feel like a sales. It's going to still feel like service.
That's right. That's right. And the more you serve, the better you serve, the better the results are. I mean, I believe everyone is in sales. If you're in a relationship, if you have kids, if you work with others, if you ever go on an interview, you are selling. If you're a school teacher, you're selling each and every day. And it's the content as well as the context. It's I just went through a training session earlier and we were talking about video prospecting. And what I shared, I gave some feedback that the one gentleman gave great content. What he said was amazing. How he said it, left a lot of room for improvement and an opportunity area for him to deliver the message in a more enthusiastic, believable way.
He was liking the emotional energy behind it, sounds like.
That's right. I shared with him if I was a prospect, I would not take the meeting because although what he said was good, the way he said it seemed like he was bored, like he didn't really believe it himself, like he didn't really care. And in today's world where time is money and time is precious, ain't nobody got time for that.
Mm-hmm. So confidence in believing your product and bring that emotion, energy behind it. Otherwise, people say you don't know what you're talking about, even if you do.
That's right. That's right. So true.
Nonverbal. How do you help people with nonverbal communication when they do sales?
It comes,
Even, especially on the phone, it could be difficult if you don't see people's faces. How do you overcome that for people that you train?
I said it earlier and I'll say it again, practice. And I don't know if you see that my computer screen is raising up. I'm sitting down, but my screen is lifting up. There's power in standing up. When you stand up, your energy elevates. So I encourage folks, before you make that call, get up and stand up. You shared it earlier, Jenny. Get some movement, do some jumping jacks. It's almost impossible for you to have positive energy and for that not to transfer to the other side. If that's the case, that's probably not someone that you want to be working with. If they're not able to feel your energy, your enthusiasm, your sincerity that you have a solution that could potentially solve them, that's just not, that's a mixed match right there, a mismatch. You're looking for folks that you know you can help and they want to be helped. I can't help or save someone who doesn't want to be helped or saved. If you want to be the status quo, I'm allergic to that. I actually shoot. If you want the status quo, I better put my mask on because that's contagious. I'm looking for people who want to do better, who want to have a better situation and have a vision that's greater than where they're at today.
That's how you learn and grow. Otherwise, you won't. You can stay status quo, but is that fun? It's not even fun.
For some people, it is, and that's okay. No judgment zone. But for me,
Sure.
I enjoy and I get energy from folks that say the status quo has got to go.
Mm. And that's contagious too.
That's right. We need to spread that around the world.
What would you say for people that's like, oh, I believe in my product, I'm enthusiastic, but I get those people that have those objections, and half of the time I don't know how to handle them.
Yeah. I encourage you to find a framework for handling objections, and I encourage you to be thoughtful. If you think about it, in most sales, you're going to receive either the same or similar common objections. We don't have the budget. It's not a priority. I need to speak with someone else. We've got other things. We're using a competitor. So knowing that information, you can now prepare in advance. And when you think about objections, a lot of times folks want to feel heard. They want to feel like their opinion is valued. And many times an objection is a path to the order. So I encourage folks to receive the objection, to actually listen, take a deep breath, restate the objection, make sure that you clarify and you understand. Now, when you say that this doesn't fit your budget, what is your budget? What are those items that are in your budget? In the past, how have you handled a solution that can solve your problems? And actually, do you want to solve your problems? That I need to make sure I understand that, because sometimes people say they want to solve their problems. Hey, doc, I want to lose 20 pounds. Do you really, Larry? Because last time I looked, you were sneaking into Bojangles once a week, and we know that's not going to help you get to where you want to get to. So it's really fully understanding from their perspective what's in it for them, what's in it for the organization. Why do they want to change? I need people to state for me the case for change. Why are we even talking? Are you serious about this solution, or are you just tire kicking? Or are you just bored and you want someone to speak with? If that's the case, and the best way to find out those answers is to ask the tough questions and to be confident in asking those tough questions. Sometimes as sellers, we put on, I think they call it rose-colored glasses, where we see everything as hunky-dory and we're afraid to ask those tough questions. I got sunshine. Well, we've got to be comfortable with asking those tough questions, because if we don't, we won't get those best answers. And I need to get some of those best answers. Can't you tell from my glasses? So I'm going to ask those tough questions, and then I'm going to listen.
Well, that's so good. God gave us what, 1 mouth and 2 ears?
That's right. That's right. Oh, gotta love it. Gotta love it. I got to get my daily fruits and vegetables in. A little pineapple action now. I had the sunshine. I had the flamingos. Now a little pineapples.
Some variety there for Larry. Bring some more fun in whatever you do. I think that was one of the biggest things I love too from the top 3 jolts. Make sure you have some kind of fun every day. Schedule it in.
Yes, you have to. Because if you don't, it's easy to get caught up in just life and get caught up where you're not controlling life. Life is controlling you. Life is too short to not be having fun. And there's someone that I'm talking to. There's one person that needs to hear this message right now. You deserve to have fun. You deserve to enjoy life, to enjoy what you do each and every day and who you do it with. And I'm here to tell you, you don't have to keep doing what you've been doing. I think that's the definition of insanity. I haven't chatted with Merriam-Webster or the dictionary, but I think that's the definition of insanity, doing the same daggone thing and expecting different results. No. So make the change. And it's not an overnight change, but with time, with thinking, being thoughtful, being intentional, writing down a plan, put together a game plan that you can execute. I can do one thing today and tomorrow and this week that's going to make an incremental change that's going to change the trajectory of my life. The opportunity, it is knocking for you. Why not you? Let's get it.
I love it. We all deserve to have fun, and we all deserve to have great love and live our best life possible to the highest potential.
That's right. That's right.
Well, why not? Why not you? Why not now? Right?
Oh, so true.
Well, with that speaking, what is your definition of success, Larry?
Oh goodness, for me, it's my measure of success is the number of lives that I'm able to touch. The monetary,
is that what gets you out of bed every morning?
It is, and I mean the money. I would be lying if I said money wasn't a driver, but it's not necessarily the money. For me, it's what the money allows me to do and the greater impact that I can have on others' lives. So my father grew up in Baltimore City, and he always had a plan that when he retired, he would go back and invest his time, his energy, his resources, and money to those communities that he grew up in. Well, unfortunately, he didn't make it to that point. So for me, why wait? I use my talents. I use my treasures to impact those that I want to impact. I serve on the board at WakeMed Foundation, supporting
That's awesome.
supporting healthcare in our community, which is so important. We've got a big mental health fundraiser going on, and we could leverage all of the community's help for the community hospital. I also serve on the board for ECHO, which supports entrepreneurs, both young and old, within the Durham community. So essentially, I put my money where my mouth is to make sure I'm active in the community, and I'm an active participant in terms of sharing my time, my treasures, and my talents in the community. So for me, that's what success looks like, is passing along what you can pass along to help others to live the life that they want to live.
That's great. But Larry, always been that way. Tell me about the time that it was so tough and you had no clue what you were doing, but you did it anyway. How'd you overcome?
Oh my goodness. Which time do you want? There's been plenty.
Pick anything that was the greatest lesson that you learned. Probably best one in the business you started and you didn't know at that particular time, which was many years ago. How did you overcome as a young Larry?
It would have to be my baseball academy. And chapter 2 of my book, Strikeouts, They're a Part of Life. I've struck out on the baseball field as well as off the baseball field in business with my baseball academy. So we learned the lesson that cash is king. And when you run out of cash, you don't have a business anymore. So we would meet with our financial advisor, our accountant, and he would walk us through our income statement, our balance sheet, and statement of cash flows. It didn't mean anything. It looked like French to me, and no parlez-vous français. So my eyes would glaze over. I had no idea what those numbers meant. But eventually, hindsight being 2020, I realized that we were running out of cash. And if you don't have cash, you don't have a business. So our business failed because we didn't understand the key numbers that were vital to our business. We understood batting averages, we understood stolen bases, home runs, but those aren't the numbers you need for business. Those are numbers for baseball, but not for business. So what I said is I will always understand my numbers in my business. But I was shy and I was gun shy, I guess they say, to start a business again. I was scarred. It's tough when you have a business that fails and you've got to ask your parents to bail you out and grandmom to help you out to pay the rent and pay the car note. But my wife challenged me and said, "Hey, baby, you tell everyone else to pursue their dream, to follow their passion, to fight
How about
through
you?
those fears." And my wife, whose name is Jenny as well, she's Jenny from the block, from Argentina. She said, "Hey, what's going on with you?" And I shared with her, "I'm scared. I don't want to have another failed business that would impact our family for the negative." And she said, "Come on now. You must not know about me. You got a real one. I've got your back. I got your front. I got your side to side. Let's go to work." So we planned, we prepared, we put together a game plan, and we've been executing on that game plan for the last 3+ years. It's been a journey. It's been an adventure, including some misadventures, but
Of
we are
course.
enjoying the journey. We're living, we're learning, and we're loving each step of the way.
So your wife is part helping you with your business?
Oh, 1000%. She's
Great.
my biggest trusted advisor when it comes to business and when it comes to life.
That's awesome. That's wonderful.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. So here's the lesson, folks. Know your numbers. Know
that's
your numbers in business. Know your numbers in relationship. Know your numbers in your health.
big time.
Because if your A1C is off, you ain't gonna do so hot. Or same with everything else. Know your numbers.
Know your numbers and be careful who you surround yourself with.
Yes.
Yes, there's a
Yeah.
chapter in my book, You Are What You Eat. You are what you consume. If you are surrounding yourself with negative Nancy's, negative Nellies, negative Neds, guess what? You're probably going to be negative as well. Whereas if you surround yourself with people that are uplifting, people that have vision, greater vision, and have a heart for service, you are probably going to be the same. So be careful who you spend your time with.
Oh yeah, that's very important. What's next for Larry?
Oh, goodness. That is a great question. Right now, I'm expanding my business offering. So I primarily provide speaking, motivational speaking, and MC services. Now I'm starting to expand my sales training, my coaching, my consulting, which I enjoy, and just really having deeper impact. When I speak, it's generally to the masses. It's multiple hundreds, even thousands of people. Now I have the ability for small groups and even one-to-one to have deep and great impact. So that's what's next on the docket for me.
Awesome. Larry, one fun story from being MC. I'm sure you have 20,000 fun stories. One that's stuck in your head. So
Oh,
people can get some fun value out of this conversation if they listen to the end.
well, this one is fairly recent. I was in Austin, Texas. I was serving as
Okay.
MC for the SCN, Speaking Consulting Network. And there was a part
Wow.
where there was a
Okay.
speaker spotlight, and I had to share, and I'm afraid to try to say the word again, but it was odontologist, which is some sort of dental term. But I had to say it 3 times, and the third time was a charm because I could not get it out. Oh goodness, it was a disaster. But hey, we're all humans, and when I finally was able to slow down and announce and say the word, people were laughing and people were saying, "Ooh, thank goodness." Yeah, woo, I'm glad he got through that. So it's just one of those experiences that no matter how much you prepare, no matter how much you practice, we're humans. I am not Chat GPT. I am not perfect, and that's okay. We're gonna try it. We're gonna try it again. Odontologist.
And then what I always say, if you can make fun of yourself, people laugh with you. And that's okay.
That's right. That's right.
Ability to make joke out of something that if you just screwed up like this, which is not a big deal. That's not the end of the world. So you laugh at it, chuck into the experience, and people will laugh with you. It's okay.
True. So true. Life goes
Anything
on.
you want to add?
Yeah, well, I mean, the biggest thing that I want to leave folks with is, and I said it before, but I'll say it again, make sure you believe in yourself. I really encourage you, believe in yourself. You're going to go through the ups and downs. You're going to go through the highs and lows. You're going to go through the twists and the turns. That's life. I encourage you to explore even more and to take those lessons that you learn as well as those lessons that you earn. Those are generally the tough lessons. Learn from it and pass it along to others. That's how we all get better, is really each one teach one. Let's mount up. And I think they say team together, everyone achieves more.
Everybody achieves more. And a bonus question: what is your favorite mantra or affirmation that you feel like people can incorporate in their daily life?
Yeah.
This one is good.
This comes from my mentor, Dr. Willie Jolly in Washington, D.C. And what he says is a setback is nothing but a setup for a comeback. And
Wow.
your best is yet to come. Love those words.
Wow. Best is yet to come. That was an enlightening conversation. I love everything you said, and I love to inspire and empower people. And I really appreciate your time, how people can connect with you and let you go do bigger, more, empower more people.
Oh, I appreciate it, Jenny. Please, I encourage folks to follow me on LinkedIn. Send me a message. Let me know what I can do to support you, to serve you, to partner with you. It would be my absolute honor, privilege, and pleasure. Thank you so much, Jenny, for joining Jenny's Way podcast.
Awesome.
What an uplifting and powerful conversation with Larry. He has shared invaluable wisdom for both life and business, and he reminded us that success is not just about numbers, but about making meaningful connections and staying true to ourselves. Larry's insights into the importance of energy and belief in your product are must-haves for anyone looking to grow their business. And his emphasis on surrounding yourself with positive influences and embracing the journey of growth is a powerful call to action. Thank you for tuning into this episode of Jenny's Way. If you took anything of value from today's episode, don't forget to subscribe, share, and leave a review. Keep believing yourself. Stay grateful, and remember, your journey to success starts with taking action. Until next time, see you.